basement, and I'm wearing, my dad got me, he went to the walking horse celebration. He goes every year because he used to shoe horses. I got my fake hair going. And he got me this Trump shirt. It's got Trump in a cowboy hat, which cracks me up. And it says, ain't my first rodeo. And then at the bottom it says, taking America back. That was cute. Ultra MAGA edition. That's hilarious. So, and he got this in a 2X, y'all. If you remember when I first started losing weight, I was a 5X plus. So 110 pounds later, I'm now a 2X with a mullet that I'm faking into a hairdo today. So today I'm going to try, because I didn't keep any corn husks because I was sick when all that occurred. And tobacco leaves, you have to know specific people, and I don't feel like going and bumming tobacco leaves that are left hanging in people's barns. So I got this stupid Excelsior from, it's fake hay. I call it Excelsior. It's a luau skirt. I got this from the Dollar Tree. And what we're going to do today is I want to make a doll that looks like a combination of a corn husk doll and a tobacco leaf doll. It's going to be made like a corn husk doll, but it's going to present like a tobacco leaf doll. Will it work? I have no idea. But I'm really wanting to try to do this so that y'all can learn how to do some stuff on the cheap that's got a little bit of history to it. So if you don't know the story to the corn husk doll, the story is that the Native Americans, the children will play in the corn. So this is the story of the corn husk doll. We're going to make one. The children would play in the corn. And the corn would be so happy. And so the corn asked God, can you please make me a person so I can play with the kids? And basically God said, well, I won't make you a person to stay a person. I will make you a person for 3 days, and you can play with the kids. And so the first day, or for 1 day, you can play with kids. The first day he made the corn a person. He said, go and play with kids and enjoy your time. Well, the corn, you know, got so enamored with itself, it kept looking at the creek, that it did not make it to the village to play with the children. So that evening, God said, well, I'm going to change you back into corn. And hi, Gypsy. And the corn said, oh, I didn't get down there because I saw my reflection in the water, and I was, you know, I thought it was so pretty. I just stayed there and stared at myself. And God said, that is not right. You shouldn't do that, but I will give you one more chance. So the next day, God transformed the corn into a person, and once again, she got by the creek, saw a reflection, and she was stuck there like Narcissus. And she told God again, I'm sorry. When I say God, it's like the creator / God. I'm sorry, I saw my reflection again, and I just didn't make it to the... And he said, I'll give you one more day, and that's it. The third day, God transformed her into a person. She didn't make it to the village again to play with the children because she saw her reflection. And that night, God said, okay. He said, because of your vanity, I have chosen what I'm going to do. He said, the children may make dolls from the corn so that you may play with the children in that fashion, but because of your vanity, you will never have a face. So corn husk dolls never have faces, and that's the story of the corn husk doll. So that's the paraphrase story of the corn husk doll. So like I said, I was sick when we took the corn in, and I'm not going to bum tobacco leaves out of barns. So I just got the luau skirts from the Dollar Tree. Oh, good grief. And if you want to dye these, you can get Rit dye, you can coffee dye them, you can do whatever you want to do. If you want to make an apron or a dress, if you want to make it look like different parts, you're welcome to do that. I am not going to do that. If I put an apron on her, I may make a fabric apron and put on her. So I just got a luau skirt from the Dollar Tree. I've got two of them actually. And is this going to work? I don't know, because I've always made them out of corn husks or tobacco leaves. So here we go. Going to try something. Don't know if it's going to work. It's kind of the way I roll. Okay. So I have got some mink yarn here that I can make a head if this doesn't want to make into a head. But I'm thinking we can probably cut off this wad of this string thing. And that will probably make a head. Right? We're just going to go with it. So I have nails on today. I don't have on makeup. But look at my hair did. Look, my hair did. That's fake. I'm going with fake hair. And I got a bandana on to hold my mullet. hold my mullet back. So if you have questions while I'm doing this, please ask, because I kind of get to crafting and forget to tell you what to do. I'm just going to cut these strings off of the luau skirt. And I'm going to use those strings. Don't ever throw anything away. It's cute. I like my hair did, and I've got different things for every outfit. It's at a odd in between phase where I have a little ponytail, but it doesn't look quite right. So I'm trying to gracefully help it grow out. But I'm not going to cut it again until after if I have to have surgery, until either my thyroid's doing better or I have to have surgery. I'm just going to cut these off because I've got a bald spot from my thyroid and I don't want to aggravate it. So I actually have more hair pieces coming. Her pieces. Okay, that's what I cut off. And you're undoubtedly going to have it fall on the floor too. And I'm going to wad this up because I think that rope will kind of help it stay in a circle. Doesn't have to be perfect. And what we're going to do, and I've got my glue gun on just in case. What we're going to do is take about 1/4 of it. We're going to put it over the head and pull it down around it. And then we're going to take another 1/4 of it. Going to put it the other way and pull it down around it. And that traps that little stuff that we put in there for good. And you may have scragglers, just pull them. If you don't like the shape of her head, you know, you just gotta do what you gotta do. Now I've got little pieces of old string. I'm gonna use them. I'm gonna tie this around her neck just to keep this tight while I work on other stuff. And she's not long yet, as you can see. Thank you. I'm like, Aaron, I'm going to lose a nail. Honestly, I've had problems with these all morning. I've already lost 2 and had to glue them back on. So if they go flying, they go flying. We'll figure it out. Okay, and there she is with her little head. Okay. So I'm going to, hang on, my sleeves are killing me. I'm hot. Okay. Now then, hang on. I want her to have an apron. So I've got about this much. I still got half of that thing. So we're going to go behind her. And we're going to pull it down. And pull it down. So it looks like a shawl. It looks like a shawl around her. Do you see that? Okay, that's going to be her. That is going to be her shawl. And if you want to, one thing you can do is kind of spray these. If you spray corn husk and then they dry, they will not move. These will kind of move. So if you need to use glue, don't feel bad about it, because we're not working with, you know, prime stuff here. So if you need to use glue, go right ahead. I'll probably use some here in a minute. And I may make her some clothes and a bonnet, just because I'm a little extra. Now we're going to make her arms. They're going to wrap through here and then go in front of her. And I'm going to put flowers in her hands. Well, vines or flowers or something. Okay. So I've got about this much. And all you want to do is kind of even it up and just start braiding it. And I'm going to tie the end here. Better tie it with this because I want it to match, and I don't have much more of that jute left. Jute. Jute is such a funny word. Jute. Whoever named it that obviously had a sense of humor. Okay, so I'm just tying the end together on one end, very tight. So tight that I tied my string in there. I'm going to snip off the excess because I'm going to need to use the other end of this yarn on the other side. This is going to end up being her hand, so what we're going to do is just over a trash can, cut it back to where it doesn't look so out of sorts. So that's going to be her hand. And we're going to start braiding. Let me put it under something so I can braid. I don't have anyone down here to hold it for me. Mom is making chicken and a Reese's pie cake. And Oscar is sleeping upstairs. David went hog hunting as a farmer that needs a bunch of hogs taken off his land. I think they got 4. We've already put up 1, so bacon. It's bacon. And all you do is just a three-way braid. And I'm going to make it kind of big because I want her to be a little bit bigger. And I'm going to hopefully extend her dress. We'll see. That's my hope. So we're just going to braid this. It takes a few minutes, but don't try to enjoy it. And think about all the natives that have done this with corn, which can cut the ribbons out of your hands, in history. Also, did you know that there have been 2 white buffaloes born this year? Buffaloes mean a change or a fulfillment of a prophecy in the native lore. Makes you wonder, don't it? Makes you wonder. Hi, Ray Clay. I'm making a imposter corn husk, aka tobacco leaf doll. It's made out of the luau skirts from Dollar Tree. Now, every once in a while, you want to kind of check and see how far they're going to go. I want them to kind of hang down a little bit lower and hold some greenery. I've got some vines here I can shove in her hand. I have dried flowers at home. I have 2 homes, but I don't have any of my dried flowers in here. I think I have some other flowers over there, though. I may go look in a moment. Now I'm going to test this and see if it's going to wrap around her. Nope, she needs more. She's going to look short. So anyway, yeah, I was reading the other day in the Cherokee groups, and there have been 2 white buffaloes born this year. So I was like, wow, that means change or the fulfillment of prophecy. So I'm sitting there going, wow. Okay, I've gotten back to where I've got to leave enough to make a hand. I'm going to tie this in. And we will clip all these strings later. Don't freak out on me. I can't do anything with my nails on. So y'all may laugh at me. I'm going to go around and do a second one up here. I'm just tying the end of the braid. I'm going to double knot it when I get done. And honestly, when you get the flowers in your hand, it's probably a good idea to put a dollop of glue because this is much more, much less structured than corn husk. So it could be that it could slip out and, you know. So here we have just the braid. I'm going to stretch it. Corn husk don't stretch, but this crap does. I'm going to cut this off on the side of her hand. This off. That one's going into her hand. Okay. Stretch your arms. Okay. And we want them to be a little long. So here's where I'm going to sneak and use some glue because I want them to be right under her shawl back here. So I'm going to shove it up under the shawl and put some glue up there. And don't feel bad because you're not making it out of corn husk or the authentic way. Just you're making something that has a story behind it. So be proud of yourself. And I think I'm going to be demonstrating at the Scott County Heritage Festival this year. And I think I'm going to be weaving. And I'm fixing to make her, I'm fixing to make her much longer so her arms won't look so weird then. But I'm going to cross them. She got one longer than the other. Okay, there we go. Do this. And I think what I'm going to put in her hand is just a little twig. That's cute. Just a little twig. Let me cut the end of it off. If anybody's wondering what is behind me, is that big quilting machine and then Mama's storage shelves over there. I don't have the most advantageous backdrop, but you know, this is a working craft basement, so it is what it is. Okay, and you want to angle the limb up toward her so it kind of points up instead of hanging out. Okay, and I'm going to tuck this up here a little bit more and re-glue it again. This stuff can be finicky because it's 5,000 strands, so do what you need to do to get it affixed. I've got to get home and finish Colin's feather drops on his dream catchers. Okay, I'll stick my finger right in that glue. Okay, now I've got that fixed. Now then, I want to elongate her. So I'm going to get the rest of my Excelsior here. And pull out the strands that don't want to stay with you. Okay, now what I'm going to do, and I've never done this before, is try to figure out a way to hook this together. And it may just be a big glob of glue, but I'm going to tie this kind of in the middle with a little piece of twine. Just put it in the middle. And I've got a whole nother bag of this junk if I need it. It really is more fun if you soak corn husk and make it and sit them in the sun to dry, because they're like concrete. They will not move. For like 20 years, they will not move. We're going to find a way to elongate her. And it may take 2 bunches. I think it may take 2 bunches. Okay, this is how long I want her to be. So we probably are going to have to open up the other. Got so much on me. I'm going to have to open up this other one. That's why I got 2, because I knew I wanted to make at least one giant one. So if you want to make a little one, you're fine with 1 pack. A big one, you're going to need 2. Oh, and I can put a leaf in her hand too. That's cute. I'm going to put the burlap leaf. This is a burlap leaf, and I'm going to put that in her hand. That'd be cute. And I honestly will probably sew her a bonnet and an apron. I'm not even lying. So I'm just going to stick this in here with this vine, where I think it will look okay. That's cute. And this is your doll, so if you don't want her holding stuff from the harvest, you can have her holding things that you like. Honestly, if I made a doll, it would probably be holding like a little Freddie Mercury doll. Okay, now she's got a leaf and a vine in her hand. I like that much better. Okay, so we've got our one. We need another one of these broke in the middle and tied. So let's open up our next bag. Things I do. It really is more fun with actual corn husk. It really is. It really, 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 really is. Okie dokie. Now I don't have to really take the top off these if I don't want to. I guess I could use just one bit and then pull the strings out and tie it. No, but I want it in the middle. Never mind. Took me a moment there to think. Happens all the time. Okay, I'm going to cut this across the top. Try not to cut the string, but I'm going. Yep, I got it. Okay. We're going to do this. And I want to kind of pull some longer on this side. And let's measure it with our other one here. Okay. So you're going to pull kind of the inside down and the outside down and make like 2 levels. Boy, this is messy crap. Okay. And that way it's kind of long on both sides. Let's do it again. I'm taking it in the middle and moving it up like this so we get longer ends. Do you see how that elongated those ends? Okay, now a piece of twine. Should have cut it beforehand. Hey. We're going to tie this one in the middle just like we did the other one. If my fingers will work. There we go. My legs have been shaky, and I'm on that new medicine, which I do feel less lethargic. But I'm shaking really bad, and I'm like, why am I shaking? So I'm going to give the medicine a couple weeks before I judge it. But I have not been like resting a lot during the day, though. I've been doing stuff that I will have to sit down, but I don't want to go to sleep. So that means maybe my thyroid is functioning a little bit better, maybe. Okay, that made a big tail. I want to glue these together, kind of. I'm going to need another glue stick. Let it get tacky because it's a high heat gun and that thing will burn the far out of it. Okay, so we want to kind of do it like that. So she's got to be longer. And we'll shape up, we'll give her kind of a layer do up here at the top. So we're going to flip her over. And there's her hand, so I know that's the front. I'm going to flip her over. I've got the end of this. Oh, I need like 5 arms. And we're just going to fill that full of glue. And if you have strings and find a way to tie it, hey, more power to you. And we're going to stick it together. And we're going to hang on to it until we know it's dry. And I'm going to cut this thread while I'm looking at it. Okay. Now we'll cut off the bottom. I'm going to have to sweep now. And then these right here, you can just kind of mesh them up. And then if something's really sticking out, just go up and angle cut it like you would a layered haircut. And it'll lay down a little bit better. So you see how that side's laying down a little bit better now? Go up here, just cut straight up. Well, I'd have Gypsy here to give her a haircut. Okay, and then you can kind of continue that going down. And it just kind of makes her look like one whole piece. I did pretty good on the front, though. This has got a knot. Now, I have sold these. People do like them. I have sold several. They get really excited when they see somebody that can tell them the story when they buy their doll. And I'm just thinning her out. I do want long ones down here at the bottom, but I'm just kind of thinning her out where it looks like a little dress. Got a little bit more right here to do. Okay. Looks more like a little dress going down. Boy, I have made a mess in the floor. Okay, and there she is. And we're going to give her a little, well, I may sew her a bonnet. But I'm going to bring one of these in front of her head. I'm going to pull one of these loops in front of her head. And I'm going to cover that twine that's on her neck right there. Camouflage. And it ends up just looking like a collar. Camouflage. And then if they want to, they can hang her from this, but I wouldn't recommend it. I'm just going to shove it into her shawl. And I'll give it a little dots of glue to hold it. Okay. Put your shawl back on. Hang on, I'll turn her around just a second. Okay, so here's our little mock, corn husk mock. She's longer, so she looks like a tobacco leaf doll, but she's made in the style of a corn husk doll. Now, I'm probably seriously going to make her an apron. I'm not even lying. And I'm going to make her a bonnet. But I know that y'all probably don't want to sit here and watch that, or do you? Let me know, do you? I missed everybody. I've been so sick, and it's like everything I enjoy doing has been like, you can't do it because I've been so weak. But now that they've got me on this medicine, just a few days, and I feel a little bit better. I really do. Hey, we can make it out of ribbon. I'll do that. But I know it's hard to check into a channel if, that person's always gone or sick or, So my views are not what they normally are, and I think I might have probably lost a few people, but it is what it is. My health. I try to be honest with you and tell you how absolutely sick I am, so that if I disappear, y'all know why I disappear. Okay, you want to watch? I'll do it. I'm going to do it out of ribbon because I'm special. Because I'm too lazy to get a fabric, even though there's 5,000 in this room. It's a wonder I didn't make it out of fur. Honest to God. Okay. This has got the wire edges in it, so I have something to glue to if I want. This is going to be cute. So I'm just going to put it over her head and put a little necklace of glue around her. I'm going to put it on her head, and I'm going to pinch it under her chin like a little babushka doll. Y'all ever seen one of those? A little babushka doll. So I'm going to pinch it just like that. Now remember, she can't have a face because she's vain. You little heifer. She's vain. You're so vain. You probably think the song is about you. That's like not supposed to be in my wheelhouse because I'm younger than that. But then we're going to dovetail the ends. Probably going to have to glue it again. Dovetail the ends. If I would stay and hold stuff and not get so excited about going on. Dovetail. Get up there. Dovetail the ends. Okay. Stuck on my thumb. There we go. Now we're going to glue some more. But before I glue the back, I'm going to stick this to cover the back of her head. Because we don't want people to think we're that lazy. Right? So it looks like she's got a full bonnet on. And I didn't bring my finger protector, so I'm just not going to use my thumb, because if I use my thumb, I cannot log into my iPad. Learned that lesson the hard way. And then we're going to glue it down the side of her head. Oh, I had one that was dyed pink, and I had her for probably 15 years, and she finally just was, bless her heart, had done enough. She was gone, and I miss her so much. So I think what I'm going to do is probably see if anybody's got any tobacco left. And what you do if you want to use tobacco is you just rehydrate it. You just soak it, just like you do the corn husks. You just soak it, and got a glue thing, and then you can use it just like you would have used it the first time. So now we've got our front pinched. We've got the back covered. I'm going to pinch the back just like I did the front, and I'll probably lay that down a little bit. Okay. This is what burns my fingers. Yep, this is what burns my fingers. Don't melt my nails. Don't melt my nails. Don't melt, don't you melt my nails. But here I am, holding it together when I got a clothespin right there. Hey, okay, well, that clothespin do that work for me. So there is her scarf, and when that gets in time, we'll pull these back around front. Let's see, how can we make her an apron? I got it. 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 I can do this. Don't fall. I can do this. I can do this. I can. I can do this. Yeah, well, I've not been on very much, so I'm glad you caught me. I have just been sick. So I've not been on super much. So all I did was cut that into two. And what I'm going to do is curve under and glue the bottoms. Not on my leg, Elizabeth, not on your leg. I'm just going to put a little line of glue there and fold it over. Hang on and I'll show you. I don't have any of my YouTube camera holders with me. So you just do that. You make a fake hem. Yes, I'm still shaking, but I'm shaking a lot less. So you just fold it over and make a fake hem. Doesn't matter if it's super level or not because it's going on a corn husk doll. So I'm going to do the other one like that. Try to get it about the same curved up. You know, I don't want them to be a lot different, but they don't have to be super alike. Oh, ow, ow, ow. You will burn your fingers doing this. Now I'm going to put right side to right side, just like if you were sewing. And I'm going to put a little Suma glue right down the middle. Y'all know what I'm doing. I'm fake sewing. Okay. I mean, tiny piece of glue. Just tiny little dribble of glue. And then stick them together. Ow. And burn yourself. And burn your fingers. Pat them together so they hold. And I might later go back and hand sew this. I don't know. Probably not. Okay, so we've got a little square here with a seam in the middle. And I've got glue under my thumbnail. Now what we're going to do is get a piece of string, my white twine, make it long enough to go around her and tie. You have plenty to tie. Am I losing a nail? Don't you dare. So I've got one about like this. What you're going to do is put the right side down, and you're going to put the string across the top. Put your little glue dribble and put your hem, and that way your string will be in your hem. Your string will be in your hem. And you could do it with like half of another ribbon. Let's do that. Let's do it with half of it. That way it gives her more color. Oh, my poor ribbon. My poor ribbon. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and dovetail the end of these so I don't have to do it when I get done. See, you just make changes on the fly. You just, if something else looks better, you just go for it. Boy, I stubbed my thumb. I moved Dad's Forerunner and stubbed my finger and, oh, it, well, not my thumb, my finger, and it had a nail on it and it pulled the whole nail back. Oh. Now we're going to take it right side. We're going to put the, fold it together so we got the right side on both sides. I'm going to put some glue about in the middle third where the apron's going to be, because I don't care if the ribbon is wide after it gets around her. Does that make sense? Now we're going to do just like that. We're going to lay it in the inside, just enough to we can fold over and glue to it. It's just like what you would do sewing, except you're gluing. Okay, I'm going to put glue under the bottom. Anybody hear Dad sneeze? He sneezed a minute ago. And on the top. And don't burn yourself like me. Okay. Oh, it hurts. Okay, so now we got a little apron with ties. Okay, come here. Let's get your clothes on. So we're going to put a little apron on. It might be cuter if it was in rounds. Round or square? We want round or square. Vote now. Forever hold your peace. Round or square? Well, like oval or square. Anybody got an idea? Oval or square? Okay, well, one for square. Oval or square. Somebody else? But I need 3 to vote. There's only 4 people in here. You like the square? I mean, it's cute. It covers quite a bit. Square. Okay, we got 2 squares. 2 squares. We'll go ahead and tie her in the back. And we're just going to do a regular, like if you're tying your shoes. I'm just going to do a regular bow like that. And it's going to make the prettiest little bow back here on her. I guess I can get rid of that now, can't I? Let me have it, thank you. It's going to make the prettiest little bow back here. Around. Guess I could have made it longer. You know something? I'm just going to double knot it so it has long tails, because the bow did not look good. we can make a bow and glue it on there. Twist it to where the right side of the fabric shows. Fix your bow. That's the bow on the back. I mean, it's going to be hung up against the wall, but you can put the apron strings to where they show out from behind her. That'll be fine. Let's see, this is so much longer than that one. Let me cut this. This is where we even up, look at stuff we screwed up on, try to fix it. Try to make things a little bit more symmetrical. And cut off anything that just keeps running away from you. Because if it doesn't comply, just chop it off. Okay, now I'm looking for a button because I want to put a button right here, but I don't want to use one of Mama's buttons that she needs. That's a turkey. I can't put a turkey on a corn husk doll. I need a button. Hello, I need a button. Any other time I'd be tripping over them. I left my buttons at home. Let's see here. Oh, I'm sorry. What's in here? Let's see, what can we do? I want a button. I'm going to find a button and put on her right here. And then for most people, they just hook into her back if they want to hang her. But what I'll probably do is glue a string in through a lot of it. And you'll hang her just like that. And she'll hang on your door. And you may have to be giving her a haircut for a few weeks so she's a little bit more thinned out. I kind of squeeze mine. It does pretty good. But now if you make it out of real corn or tobacco, it will last. I had literally had one for like 20 years. So I think these are precious. I'm going to put a button on her under her chin to hold that scarf a little better, and then I'm going to make a hanger for her. And I had metal hangers, but I don't know where they are now, because that's how my life goes. And I asked David to bring me a lot of stuff that you know, I'm not at the house, and you would think that he knows where stuff is because he's at the house. But funny thing, he doesn't know where anything is, and I have to tell him all the time. You like the skirt fluffed out? Some people like it fluffy, some people like it more straight. With the tobacco leaves, it's a little bit straighter. And so when I ask him to bring me stuff, I have to then like diagram the house and tell him where it is. And it's very funny because I'm like, you should know where this is. You lived in this house for 22 years. He doesn't know where it is. I've been trying to tell him to take some stuff, and I would still do his videos because I'm laid down a lot, so I might as well do something productive. But he did go hog hunting this morning. A farmer needs a bunch of them removed from his property, and they got 4. I don't know who's going to claim them and butcher them all, but it's a lot of meat. I'm sure we'll take one. Okay, I've got that shoved down there. Now I'm going to glue it. Well, I need more glue stick. I ran out of glue sticks, like you would not believe. Well, I made a raccoon purse the other night, but he came down to pick up the stuff I'd made and stayed for dinner. He doesn't like avoid me or nothing. And took it with him before I got a picture of it. But it was a beautiful raccoon purse. I'll see if I can get him to take a picture and send it to me. It was so cute. Mom actually sewed the majority of it. My eyes got wiggy from staring at stuff all day, and she sewed what I had laid out and marked. So it was a team. It was a team effort. Okay, and I'm just making a little loop that I shoved down in her shawl and glued so that they can hang her. You want to kind of hang her at her shoulders or right at her neck. That sounds horrible. And when the glue dries, it'll hold. But you want to put a little hoop. Well, when the glue dries, it'll hold. It won't hold now. But you want to put a little hoop right down there behind her, at her, not anything below her where her rib cage would be, because we need the weight to let her tip forward just a little bit. If you put it lower, she'll look like she's falling off of wherever you try to put her. I'm shoving that back down in there. I'll glue it again. The glue is not doing good on this Excelsior, so I would recommend go to the go to Walmart and go to the Spanish aisle and get you some corn husks. I mean, I just haven't. I've been down here way. Hi, Mary. I've been down here way away from town, and I have not got to a store. All I've got to is doctor appointments and tests. So, men can never find it. I know it's. Yeah. It was a shame. Okay, this is holding a little bit better. So there's her little loop that you'll put on a nail or a command strip to hang her. And I'm going to still put a button right here. Here's her apron that I just flipped up. If you want to tack it down to her, you can. It might not be a bad idea. Might not be a bad idea. Well, gee. Just press. That way it will not fly up on you. I dropped some glue from the glue gun onto my foot the other day, and that was horrible. So I'm just pushing this down to get her apron stuck to that so it will not flip up on me anymore. There she is. She's holding a little greens. It's harvest time. And she's got her little head covered. And she's got apron strings back here. That's adorable. And she's a big old girl. But she is going to have a button right there. And then I'm going to probably make a little one. But remember, corn husk dolls or dolls never have faces because they're vain. And if you need to hear the story, you can rewind and hear the story. It's nice to see you, Mary. I know I've been sick and I've not been on much. I'm trying. I've got some medicine and I'm only my 3rd day in, but it seems to be helping me. And she said if it brought my thyroid back to normal range, I could take it for up to 2 years. But if it did not, then we would have to go ahead and just take thyroid. So she's going to give me up to like 6 weeks to try it. And I'm already feeling better. So maybe this is going to help. I am hyper and hypo. It goes woo, 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 woo. Lucky me. I am a unicorn in the medical world, so yay for me. So this was easy. It cost, I got 2, but if you want to make just a regular one like this big, you can do it for $1.25 at the dollar store. The ribbon was $1.25, and I had this. It was just leftover clippings from stuff I'd done. So this is like a $2.50 project, that much. And lots of times we have, ribbon put up. We have, floral stuff put up, and we just kind of need to get out there and look and see what we want to, use to make a doll. She's cute. I think she's cute. And if you want to try to make one, please send me pictures if you make one. I've got to get my email cleared out too. That's been not even on my Richter scale where I've been sick. So I've got to get caught up. But she's cute, and y'all could make one literally for $2.50 if you have nothing. And she's precious. Yeah, I am. I'm feeling a lot better. I am now at 111 pounds gone. I thought it was 110, but then I weighed. So 111. Dad bought me a shirt at the Walking Horse Celebration, bought a 2X, and it fits me. And I'm like, and he was like, you need to wear clothes that fit you. Apparently, I'm still wearing ginormous clothes. It's a habit. I'm going to have to get out of it. But it's cute because it's got Trump on it. It says, this ain't my first rodeo. I'm all the time buying him like funny political shirts. He said, I thought I needed to return the favor. So he bought me one. He went to Shelbyville the other night. So here's our little doll. Isn't she precious? And I mean, you could even sit her on top of the TV or something. But I like them hanging on the front door. And it's kind of like a witch's broom. Have you ever heard of a witch's broom? It's kind of like a witch's broom because it said if you have a corn husk doll or this or a broom hanging on your front porch, that anything negative that wants to enter your home has to stop and count every strand before it can enter. That's the lore behind these dolls and witches' brooms and stuff like that. So I thought I'd see who all I could tick off. Yeah, I thought it was cute. And I was like, well, you brought me a shirt. Yeah, I know. I was in a 5X or above when I started this. And I'm still a heifer. I mean, I'm not skinny by any means, but I'm the weight that I was when I was working horses in college, but I had muscle up here and no stomach. Now I've got a stomach and no muscle. So I've got to get my arms beefed back up. I've got a bat wing where I've lost so much so fast. And I was doing better with that. But then when the thyroid hit, it just, and that's when I started seeing a lot of skin sag. And I was like, I can't catch it. And then they wouldn't let me do any exercise because basically my thyroid was eating my body alive. So it's been kind of a humdrum experience here lately, but I want to get back in the gym if I can when I feel better. I'm hoping this medicine works so that I don't have to have surgery. But she said even if it worked, it's likely that I'll have to have it in the future because it won't work forever. She said on a miraculous note, sometimes this medicine makes it kind of wake up and go back to doing its job, and some people are fixed. But most of the time, you do the medicine. If it works, you do it for up to 2 years or so, and then I call it Theodore the Tyrant Thyroid. It kind of goes back and goes, no, I don't want to work. And they end up having to go after them anyway. So I'm just trying to be positive and hope this medicine works. You're down 92 pounds. You're a stick because you're tiny. You was tiny last time I saw you. You're tiny. But if I wore shapewear, I'd be gorgeous. But I don't want to wear shapewear. It pinches in places you ain't supposed to pinch. Yeah, you was a stick last time I saw you. I wish I had the energy. Well, I don't even have a vehicle now because David's tracker tore up on him in the middle of the field yesterday. So we go back to the garage, and I said, just drive the Jeep. I'm not going to tell you can't go to work. So I'm down here with Mom and Dad with no vehicle. But I wish I had the energy to go and do. But I will say that when I get tired, it's boom, and I'm like face plant, and I can't do anything. So I'm still not out of the woods because when I do get tired, it shuts me down. But I'm not getting tired as much the last couple of days. So 3rd day on the medicine, I can tell it's helping. I just hope we get better. I know I miss you too. I wanted to come up and visit and stay, and I'm just not safe to travel. I'm not, because when my body shuts down, I just brain fog and I'm just done. And I'm terrified to try to travel. I've had someone take me to every doctor visit because I'm terrified to drive that far. Well, you know, I'll give you gas money. You want to come see me? I'm just most of the time laid down, and it was supposed to be 101 this week. I ain't doing anything this week. But when it cools down, if you wanna come see me, I do have my camera down here, and I'm trying to take pictures when I feel good. I went out last night in the Kubota and took some fence line pictures at sunset. I got to edit them to see if they turned out worth anything. The composition looks good, but I've got to edit the colors. So we'll see. But I think Mom's got chicken in the oven. David came back down yesterday and brought me the groceries. He forgot because I had done a grocery order, but he thought he put it in the fridge until he came down, and he forgot to load half of it back up. So he brought the groceries he forgot. And Mom and Dad made steaks last night, which I ate about a half of one. So I did okay. But Mom makes wonderful yeast rolls, and I ate 2 of them things through the evening. So, but I need to eat. And my weight's still going down, so I'm okay. I'll get there. I'll get my muscles back. I mean, I haven't lost all of them, you know, but I've lost enough of them that I don't like the bat wing under my arm anymore. So, I've got weights. I've got dinky weights here, but I've got 10-pound dumbbells at home, and that's just enough to keep me toned. So I probably will get some bigger ones and start trying to buff up my arms again, because I can't stand that. I can't stand that. It bothers me. I've never jiggled in my life. I don't want to jiggle now. I don't like to jiggle. So, but I do have a little ponytail now, but I have a bald spot starting too. So I'm going to probably rock some hair extensions for a while. I am going to lighten this a little bit to match a little bit better, but I'm going to rock some extensions for a while until this stops. And I do have a wig in case it gets worse, but right now I can hide it under that. Your hair too? Oh, see? You need to come see me. You know where I am. Do it on a cool day, though. Do it on a cool day. I just wish I was mobile. I'll get there. Oh, yeah. These irritate me. So I'm going to fill as much of it out with muscle as I can and try to... But I'm going to be doing a lot of... And everybody's like, how'd you get such big shoulders? Well, I was always attached to a 800 to 1,000 pound creature or a 400 pound breeding ewe. But I did a lot of side, and then I would lay down and do butterflies. And I worked, the football players had a thing where they'd push their neck and it had poundage on it. Said that's how I got my traps. So I'm going to have to get creative or go to the gym. But I've got some weights at home. If I want to use them, I'll just have David bring them down here. I've got some small ones here. But I'm not allowed to do anything until we see what this medicine does. And then if it brings me back into normal range, then they'll say, okay, you can start trying to do more. Right now, it's kind of like, if you feel good, craft a little bit, but don't do anything that's going to really take a lot of calories, because my body's like, I mean, it's just, my thyroid's just eat me alive. So, and I slept funny the other night, and my jaw is almost out of socket. So I got to get that fixed too. It'll pop back in as soon as I try to eat a cob of corn or something. But I'm doing better. My color's much better. I don't have any makeup. My color's much better, and I just am ready to feel better. Oh, that's I love stews and those thick soups you make in the winter. I like potato soup every once in a while. I don't always like it, but you can always get me with a pot roast or a beef stew. Oh my gosh. And I like to put those chickpeas or other legumes in there. And oh my gosh, that's so yummy. That's my favorite thing in the winter. And that and chicken and dumplings. So I am getting better. I did get up yesterday and I vacuumed and I Swiffered and I cleaned up my room a little bit. And I did more yesterday than I'd done probably in 2 months. So I know, and that sounds good. It sounds so good. Mama's making a full chicken right now. So I guess that's what we're going to have for dinner this evening. Dad brought me a salad for lunch. He went up to town. So I'm just kind of crashing and hanging out, but I am in the process of making 2 more dream catchers, and I do have arrowheads to put on them. And I've got that peacock one started. It's going to be, somebody's going to have to really like that because I think it's weird. I like stuff like this. She literally was $2.50. Now, if you don't like the way your arms are doing, you can glue them down too. But I normally just let them flop. But you can literally make her for $2.50. So go try to make something. And I may make a little witch's broom with the rest of it. I don't know. I've got a rattle. I've got 2 cow horn rattles to do. And I've got a canvas drawing. I'm painting the edging. And then I made that raccoon and those 2 lanterns. David took the raccoon first home. I'll see if I can get a picture and post it. But this is literally something that you can even do with kids, especially if you have the corn or the tobacco. It's easier. But go make one of these. It's so easy. Just watch my video again and follow the instructions and make your little doll. But just remember, they can't have a face because they're vain. What is it, Carly Simon? You're so vain. You probably think this song is about you. You're so vain. A craft for the day. And you can even sell these. People love them. Even if they're made out of this stuff, people love them. But I may go and ask a few farmers, you got any tobacco left? You got any corn husks left? So, yeah, I had to, every time I tell the story of the corn husk doll, I think of Carly Simon's You're So Vain. So, but I think she's pretty. I think her name should be Beulah. This is Beulah. This is Beulah. I've named her. She's Beulah. You like your name? Okay. So make one. If you make one, send me a picture or do a post somewhere and tag me in it. But have fun. Decorate your porch and make it however you want to make it. You could put her in Kiss clothing, and it's still a historical doll. Just don't paint her face. But you can put her in Kiss clothing. I had Queen wrapping paper, and I made book covers out of Queen wrapping paper. So you can do anything you want with anything you have. But she's more of a traditional. But isn't she cute? She's so cute. So I'm going to put a button right there. But go make something. Have fun. If you're feeling good, embrace it, because I felt bad for quite a while now. If you're feeling good, embrace it. Make a memory that day. Make something, do something that makes you smile. And that's what I'm trying to do right now, since I have the strength to be up. Now I'm going to go back up them stairs, and that's going to take me forever. But I am overall feeling better. So if you've got a good day, do something with it, because I tell you what, there for a couple months I couldn't do anything. So we'll see how I get back in the land of the living. Go make you a hay or tobacco or corn husk doll and have fun. I don't know if I'm going to make anything else, but if I do, I'll try to put a picture, because David's not supposed to come down anytime, probably for 2 weeks, so he can't steal it before I take a picture. I will try to get a picture of the raccoon purse and post it, and we'll take it from there. Oh, it's hotter than Hades here. It's like Satan's armpit outside. And Dad cut hay and tethered hay yesterday for 5 or 6 hours. But he has an air-conditioned cab, so we just check on him every once in a while. But he has an air-conditioned cab. But yeah, it's hot. It's going to be hot this week. Be careful if you're out this week, and maybe fall will come back around. And I'd say when it does, it'll turn into winter really quick. So, okay, go make you a doll. I'm going to go find a button, and then I'm going to rest for a little while, and I might start something else. So, enjoy your day. Beulah says so. I'm going to have to make one name it Carly Simon now. Doggone it. Okay, I'll see you later. Say bye. Buttons, buttons, buttons. Well, it doesn't want me to say bye. Oh, it's going to let me. Say bye, Beulah. Bye. Should have pushed the button, Beulah. Why didn't